is that there? I don't know. Okay, guys. I don't know if you can hear me. I barely even care. I do care. That's why I'm making this video. I just want to talk to you about math and numbers and basic division and multiplication. Just basic. I'm going to go ahead and say right now that if you think that COVID has a 99.5% survival rate, I am going to show you how wrong you are. And if you don't want to know, then go away now. Just go away, because it's not going to be a good video for you. So this is Worldometers.info. I could go to different websites, like Johns Hopkins has one. I could go to the Florida COVID dashboard for Florida. I might do that. This is what I see as a person who understands math when I look at the numbers. So let's go back to the world. There have been almost 40 million cases and 1.1 million deaths. Now, if you divide that, you're going to think, ooh, you know, right? Let's see. We've got 40 million. Let's see here. We're going to go 39,278,577. I love how all that personal stuff pops up. Okay, we've got that, and then we've got these deaths. 1,104,408. Holy crap! That right there, if you can see, is 0.028. So I'm just going to write that down real quick. 0.028. Now, does that mean it's 0.028%, or does that mean we have to go and now multiply this times 100 to get 2.8% death? But that's, of course, not even the closed case death rate, you know. That's just the death rate of the people who are dead divided by all the people who have had and currently have COVID. So is it 0.028 or is it 2.8? Let's see. We know that 10 is 10% of 100, right? We know that, right? So look what happens when I divide 10 by 100. I get 0.1. So if I multiply that times 100, I get 10. So the correct answer for those of you who are here is 2.8%. But wait a minute. That is including all the people who just got COVID. That's not including what's going to happen to those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they going to live or are they going to die? This is also not including the approximately 1/3 of people who have supposedly recovered who have long-term debilitating symptoms that affect their life. This is also not counting people who may have died of a heart attack, like my father, who died on the 14th of September this year of an acute massive myocardial infarction, where the cardiologist said she was literally giving him a stent and clots came up the other part of his heart. And then she couldn't do another stent. And then he had clots in his leg. And then he had clots. So this article on MedPage today, which you can check out on your own time if you appreciate things that are real and not things that are fantasy. It's called COVID Heart Autopsies Point More to Clot Damage Than Myocarditis. Myocarditis is not the same thing as myocardial infarction, but lots of clotting. So that was a fun article to get in my email box today. But let's keep zooming in on this. So this website says that of the closed cases, we have 4%. So I'm not going to calculate that out. but they're doing 30 million, okay? 30 million to 1.1 million deaths. And that gives them a 4% death rate, okay? And that has nothing to do with the American media, because this is the world, okay? As you can see from this graph, they charted how many people died across the world every day since March, and this is where we're at, okay? Yesterday, 6,100 people died across the world. Now, I will say, because this is good news, for me, it's good news because I understand math, and I understand a little bit about viruses in the immune system and how viruses mutate and how they're made out of RNA plus a protein envelope and how they affect our bodies. That's not good news, but sometimes it is. Sometimes the virus can have positive effects too, like, you know, measles, for example. If it doesn't make you sterile and it doesn't make you deaf, or it doesn't kill your baby in the womb, it can actually have a positive effect against tumors. So we don't know the positive potential effects of this bioweapon that aren't listed, but the positive that I want to talk about is, yes, if you look, the deaths are staying about the same, but the cases are going up. Now, in the United States, so let's look at this. United States. Let's look at this and talk about maths. I hate maths. I don't want to do maths, Mommy. Well, you have to do maths, Tommy, because if you don't, you might die of COVID. Okay. So today, so far, it's 9:30 a.m. on a Friday. 100 people in the United States have died just of COVID. If we look at the death rate of America, the open case death rate, okay, oops, sorry, we gotta go here because we're up to 222,000 deaths now into 8 million. Let's see, where is this coming from? It's a flu. It's a flu. The flu has a 0.002% death rate, guys. This is a reality check. Okay. What? I did something wrong. My bad. I did it backwards. My bad. My bad. My bad. I don't know what all this stuff is popping up. I could be done tomorrow. Who cares? Okay. So here's the funny part. Anti-masker plague people denying freaking sociopaths. Even if you look at the total open cases of the United States and the total deaths, it's still a 2.7% death rate. So that is 0.1% better than the rest of the world's average. So that's, I mean, whatever, okay? But let's see. Where are the recovered? Here are the recovered. That means that these people supposedly, now remember this, okay? Remember this. Remember, there are people that are dropping dead of heart attacks 6 months later. So we're just going to assume that these people are totally recovered. But I don't believe that because I am not a sociopath. And I took a lot of time to go and listen to survivors and those who are recovered. And they are not feeling well. And some of them are having a heart attack 6 months later, or a stroke, or they can't get out of bed, or they suddenly have COVID again after a month. Okay? Those are the people that are included here. Okay? So, I know, I need to remember the words of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, that you're never going to get anyone to come to your table by raising your voice, right? So here we go. 5 million recovered, the magical number, the magic number. Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? What do you think? Well, considering the number on the bottom is smaller, I'm so glad I have a science degree. It's going to go up. So now we're at a 4.18. Now, I will admit that has improved. So I forget what the world one was. It's around this. That has improved. It was trending around 6% to 7% whenever the stuff in New York was going on. And when COVID first started, that closed case was actually around 12 to 16%. Okay? I'm getting notifications of my grocery delivery. I know, it's such a burden. So there's the USA. Okay, now some people say, you have a 1 in a million chance of catching it. Really? Because here's a number that says total cases per million people in the population. Out of 1 million people, 25,000 people have caught it. And out of 1 million people, 672. So what are that? There's another statistic going around, which is you have a 1 in a million chance of, like, I think they're saying, it's funny how statistics can lie for people that don't know math. They're like, well, I only have like a 1 in a million chance of catching it. Wrong. 25,000 in a million, but whatever. Okay, you didn't obviously get to algebra or do very well in it, but okay. Kind of like the president last night saying that 85% of people who wear masks catch COVID. That man apparently paid someone to take his SATs to get into the Wharton School of Business, obviously, because that's the most stupid statement I've ever heard. 85% of people who catch COVID may have worn a mask and have been regular mask wearers. That is the correct statement. And that is a big flipping difference. Okay? And those people that wear masks and catch COVID probably are frontline healthcare workers or people that deliver groceries, like the people that are so kind and deliver my groceries, or cashiers working in Florida wearing a mask while some freaking idiot redneck walks up and goes, hey y'all, oh my gosh, I'm shopping here because you don't make me wear a mask. Thank you so much. Those are the people that are wearing masks and catching COVID. Okay? And if you think I'm a bitch, go ahead and go away. I'm fed up. I am done. Stupid people used to not bother me before they were a risk to my life. But now, I believe that keeping people like that around me is a risk to my life. So, I invite you to leave if you think that is okay. To walk up to a cashier trying to protect themselves and whateverness, okay? Especially when you argue that masks don't protect you, they only protect the other person. Wow! You know what? I think you're right, but that just makes you more of an asshole to not wear a mask. Because if you don't care about yourself, that's one thing. But if you risk other people, then you are an asshole. That makes you an asshole. Okay? So 672 out of 1 million people are dying. That's out of the population, not out of 1 million people that catch COVID. You understand? Do you understand the difference? 1 million. So let's multiply that times 100 because we went over the math. So if you just exist in America, you have a 0.06% chance of dying from COVID. Do you understand? Just by existing in America. That means that, well, 6% would be 6 out of 100 people dying, right? 0.6% would be 6 out of 1,000 people dying. So 6 out of 10,000 people in America have died just because they exist in America. Not because they're frontline healthcare workers, not because they even go to the freaking grocery store, but if you just statistically look and include everyone, even those people that have coexisting conditions that you think can just die and not count. And if you're one of those people, I'm sorry. Why am I talking to those people? Those people have already left. Let's talk to the people that understand math and have a soul. That means that just existing in America, 6 out of 10,000 people have died. Well, okay. That is not what the media, the Facebook memes and the YouTube people are saying. What? So these numbers, let's see. Okay. So let's see. What about just catching COVID? Because I already pointed out, just catching it could literally change your life, right? So we've got 25,000 per 1 million people, okay, have caught COVID just because they're in America. 24,798 divided by 1. What? That means that 2.4%, no. That's not what is it? Yeah, times 100. Yeah, 2.5%, okay, of Americans have caught COVID just because they exist in America. So at this point, okay, let's just say you're a person who hasn't caught COVID. Chances are, if you know 100 people, you know 2 or 3 people who have caught it, right? But because the death rate is 4%, okay, but you only know 2 or 3 people that have caught it, let's say you know exactly 2.4798 people, let's just say, that have caught COVID. Let's do that times times a 4% death rate. No, hold on. So you got 2.4 people times this. There's a 0.096 times 100. So it's saying there's a 9.6% chance that you know someone who's died. I don't know if I have the math right on that. If you're a math person, join in and tell me. Which means that 90% of Americans, I don't know if I'm right on this one. I don't know. My brain's going, bleh. Anywhere between, we'll say it's either 0.096 or 9.6. Either 1% or 9% of Americans even know a person who died. Do you get what I'm saying? So what the problem is right now is that most people haven't truly seen what's happening yet. If you talk to people in New York City, however, where I have friends that I went to art school with, they have a different story because they have triple the chance, okay? Instead of 600, it's almost like 1,800 of knowing someone who died. And they have a way different attitude than much of America. Do you understand? So you call your friends in New York City, okay? Yeah, so let's look at Florida, where I exist with everyone who thinks masks are a conspiracy. $500 people have died in my county among 32,000 total cases. And this is where it gets sparse. And this is the part I don't like. I can barely look at the deaths per day. But I will say that I can find it when I go on the website of Rebecca, I think her name is Rebecca Jones, who they fired, who was in charge of the entire Florida dashboard. And she made her own dashboard, and her website, called floridacovidaction.com, is the only website I can find daily deaths by county, so that I can see if my county is going where more people are dying or less people are dying. Because my personal boundary is I don't want to act like it's all going to be okay until people in my county, my neighbors, my extended community stop dying. Okay? Like, I would like to see nobody die of COVID for like a month in this county. That is not a pandemic, okay? That's not. But that's not what's happening. So let's see. Total tests, total cases, total deaths. That's really all I have on this website because it gets sparse for the county, but we can't, there are other places we can go. So let's look at the rate for just if you catch, if you still have COVID, right? So just, it's over 1% death, even if you include people who haven't died yet. Do you understand how that is not a 99% survival rate? That's not what that is. Those people that are spreading that information must have some sort of agenda. And if you're a real conspiracy theorist like me, not an idiot, then you know the agenda always goes back to the same effing thing. And sometimes it's about this, and sometimes it's about this. And boy, was that a coincidence, but hey. Do you understand? I'm going to tell you this. Okay? Nope. Let's be right. Okay? Do you understand? People who tell you what you want to hear, putting you at risk for death or lifelong or potentially lifelong whatever, they don't care about you. Okay? Do you understand now? Let's go to Florida COVID Action.com. This lady's awesome. She's a mad lass. As my 14-year-old say, mad lass. She'll play sort of by the rules, but she'll do what she needs to do. Okay? Let's see if I can figure out where, she keeps changing her dashboard. I don't know. Of course, she's one woman doing better than the freaking state of Florida. So I can't really complain too much. So we're almost up to 16,000 in Florida. Okay. I'm going to see if I can find it. It's really hard to find, but here it is. Look at that. She's just amazing. So this is all of Florida, but I can select my county. This is the cool part. I think I can on this thing. There's a way to do it. Let's see. Her website doesn't always load, but this is the part that concerns me, though, is most of the charts that we're seeing across the world are showing cases going up. Well, these are all deaths, though, I think. New cases. No, this is new cases. Most of the charts we see have the cases going up and the deaths going down. So what we see in Florida is there's this kind of standard, it's called flat curve. It's because the people are still catching it and the deaths have gone down. Now, this is by case date, but this is by date reported. So if you notice, more actual people are dying. Okay, I think this is still Florida. I don't know why I can't select the county here. I know it's Florida because it's 140 people have died 2 days ago. So that's not for my county. That's for the state. But I would like to point out that without even doing any math, I want you to use your eyes and I want you to let that image go into this thing called your brain. I'm sorry, I'm still talking to the wrong people. I'm sorry. The reason is because I identify as an anti-vaxxer and because I have Ehlers-Danlos and I didn't know that, but I knew vaccines gave me problems. And I also identify as a libertarian and I don't actually believe people should be forced to wear a mask. I think private companies have the right to enforce them on their private property, but I do believe that people that choose not to wear them are assholes and potentially morons or sociopaths or freaking Nazis as far as I'm concerned. Okay? So a lot of my people, they could be watching this right now or they've watched my videos in the past or whatever, probably are mad and they're going to unsubscribe. Because that's what we do in social media today. We follow people that agree with us and we unfollow people that disagree with us. which you would think would mean that we like social media to make us happier, but it doesn't, which is why I deleted my Facebook. But really, what it's supposed to be, media is supposed to deliver information, and information should be based on some sort of truth, but anybody can say whatever they want, and that's okay. So what it comes down to, because I mean, it's okay to an extent, you know, I don't think we should necessarily censor everyone, but I'm going to be honest with you, what it comes down to is people are responsible for their own actions. I cannot force people in Duval to wear a mask. So I have to take responsibility for myself. And I choose not to even go into the store most of the time, unless I like really need something and I get delivery, because I cannot physically control those other people who don't wear a mask, who believe it would only protect me. So basically they're saying, we don't care about you. That's what they're saying to me when they don't wear that mask. We don't care if you have access to the grocery store without potentially catching COVID. So the reality is that just more people are dying even than in April. You see this? In Florida, like 100 people at the peak died in one day. Okay? In early May. But in July, cases started to soar. July is when the surge happened. I would like you to look at the surge in July. July 11th, my mother's birthday, may she rest in peace. Okay? See that? 15,000 people got COVID. But at the time, on July 11th, everyone was like, yeah, but I don't understand math. And like, only 45 people died in the whole state today. And like, time doesn't exist. And if you catch COVID, obviously you instantly die or live that day. Like, yeah. What? What? Let's look. So how long does it take for this peak to reach this peak? A month. A month. It takes a month from July 11th to August 10th, and then more people started dying. Okay? This is by date reported. So that means on that day, people died. If you look at when they do this, they're saying that this person who died, when they do it by case date, they're saying that this person who died caught COVID on that day. You get what I'm saying? And the reason that we're in October now, anything before that is not accurate, okay? Because this isn't going to be accurate on this chart. This is accurate, so we can look back a month and we can say approximately from October 10th, 180 people died. So if we look back to September 10th, 4,000 people, 3.7 thousand people caught it in Florida. Do you understand that time exists, and that's why people have science degrees? Time and variables. It's like those letters and stuff and math. I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again! Why am I talking to these people? You know why I'm talking to those people? Because even though they don't care about me and wear a flipping mask just to not breathe on the milk so I can grab the milk in the store, they literally won't even do that. I still care about them. That's the crazy part. I still care. This is called reality, guys. So let me see if I can, I wish I could pull up the county. Oh, there it went. Love her. So here's my county. This is me. This is why I'm not going. You see that? So yesterday, 2 days ago, 6 people in my county died. On the 7th of October, which is a birthday of someone I know who goes to stores and doesn't wear masks, 20 people died in this county that day. September 9th, 26. The day my dad died in Arkansas, 4 people died in this county. But should they not count because they were my dad's age? Because I hate to tell you, my dad was 78 and he went dancing and singing and he worked out at the gym and he was very fit and active. And yes, he had had a stroke 3 years ago, but it wasn't a clot, it was a bleed. Big difference. But yeah, he was obviously prone to heart problems and a type A blood like me. So more prone to hospitalization and ventilation from COVID. He didn't have COVID like coughing symptoms. He felt like he had a little cough about a month before he died, a little tiny cough, no fever, nothing. Massive heart attack. Massive heart attack a month later. Massive. No autopsy. He's resting now. He doesn't want an autopsy. He didn't want any of that. That's fine. But I think he counts. I think his death counts, okay? So if you don't think his death counts, I want you to go away. I am not on here to make money, although I will monetize if I get my views back up. I'm not on here to change your mind. I'm not even on here, I'm on here because I'm trying to share accurate information for those who want it. If you're one of those people, please make a comment. Please make a comment so that I know you exist, because it might restore my faith in humanity. Please, just say, you make sense. I think you're great. I don't care. Just any of it. Okay, guys? All right? This is me, Red. So everyone's like, oh, it's not really bad in Florida unless you're like in Orlando or Miami or Jacksonville or Tampa. Okay? That's where I am. So after my dad died, I ended up in the ER. I'm having issues. I'm going to the doctor. I don't know. Maybe I'll catch COVID. I hope I don't. Because I'm a type A blood and I already have Ehlers-Danlos and I don't need anything else. But none of those people that go to the store without a mask give a crap about me or my dad or anyone who's fat. And even if you're just fat, they just hate you and want you to die. They don't care about you. Do you understand? And the president, he gets special treatment. He gets Regeneron's polyclonal antibodies. You don't get that. You might in a couple months, but you don't get that, okay? You don't get that. And it's made out of dead babies, so it's like, maybe it is Armageddon. I don't know. And with that, I would like to invite you to like and subscribe if you like people who are honest and don't GAF, whether you like them or not. They will tell you what they believe to be true to the best of my ability. Then like and subscribe. And if you think that you're better than someone because they're fat or old, I want you to unsubscribe and go away and enjoy your Trump rally. Okay? Bye.